Here are a few tips to help you with your cutouts. Remember that you want to have as close an area as possible to the actual cutouts. So here I'm drawing a marquee around. I'm going to bring in the right side a bit, and I'm going to pull this in so that I can be as close to the girls as possible. It'll make the best cutout on the page. And I'm going to bring that up above her head, and I'm going to crop. Now remember one thing, which I didn't cover in the first video. If you have to stop your cutout before you're done, you must save it as a PSD, not a TIFF, because you'll want to come back and work on it. So remember to go save as, whatever you've titled it, PSD. If you save it as a TIFF, which is the final format that we use, then you won't be able to work the layers any longer on the page. So save it as a PSD. Make sure you know where you're saving it and in the right folders. I've already done this once, so I'm replacing it. Couple of tips for you. The cutouts have to be as perfect as possible. You can see in this area here that I haven't gotten all of the girl's hair. So what I would do is use the eraser tool. This is a good opportunity to use it. I'm using my bracket key to make it a little larger. I would also want to zoom in so I can see the area closely. And then I would take my eraser tip brush and I would bring it in and get as close as possible to the girl's hair. I'm going to finish with that for the moment. Another tool that is useful, after you've cleaned your cutout up as much as possible, the blur tool works well. It looks like a teardrop on your toolbar. If you click it, check the strength. You'll want it at 100% at the top. And what it will do, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger and I'll zoom in so that you can see it. It will help to blur the edges of your cut. So back to the blur tool, I'm going to go along Ellie's hair, and you can see it's subtle, but if I go along the edge, it softens the edge and it makes it look better. And I would go around the entire perimeter just to soften that. And of course, I'd have to take the eraser tool and clean up the area at the top of her head. Remember, at the end, when done, you might still save it as a PSD so that you can go back into it if it's not a good enough cut. And then you will save it as a TIFF as directed in the first video.